And to some developing stories here in Nigeria, gunmen have abducted students and staff of Government Science College, Kagara, Niger State. Reports say the assailants invaded the school at 3 a.m. and that at least one person was killed during the attack. Any moment from now, we'll be getting update live from Niger State. Okay, great. We do have joining us now the Secretary to the State Government, AHMED MATANE from Minna, the state capital. Great to have you join us on NEWSDAY, Mr. MATANE. Can you tell us what exactly is the situation on ground? How many boys and staff of the school were actually kidnapped? Bring us up to speed.
Well, thank you very much. As you are aware, the bandits, infiltrated and attacked, the Government College Kagara, Government Science College Kagara, by about 2 a.m. This morning. They actually came, camouflaging in school uniform, and that's how they got into, the school. And they started attacking the, staff quarters, before they got to the dormitories where the students, were. They were able to abduct 3 staff and 12 family members of the staff. And of course, after holding on to those staff and their families, they now move into, the dormitories where the students were. As of this morning, they had kidnapped 27 students. One student, unfortunately, was shot dead. So this is the report that we have, at the moment.
Right. That was exactly what I was going to ask you. The number of casualties, because yes, the same thing you said is what we're getting, at least what I'm getting now, that one student is dead and some number kidnapped. So far, what is happening are the security agencies on their tail? What is the government doing? What's the state of the school? Is the school shut down?
Now, first, of course, His Excellency, the Governor of the state, has addressed, had press briefing. One, of course, to ensure that the security agencies are doing what they're supposed to do to get the kidnapped victims rescued safely. Secondly, to also, he has directed that all schools within the 4 local governments that we have been having security challenges closed, boarding schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you said the kidnappers or the abductors were wearing school uniform. And there's a sense in which some of the activities of the abductors seem very well coordinated and planned. Is that your sense as well?
Well, of course, we have been having security challenges around those areas. You recall just about 3-4 days ago, we also had, some abduction,
yes,
from a government bus that was carrying, some passengers along that road. So that axis has become very notorious, for banditry. But we never anticipated that, they will come right inside the town. Kagara is the headquarters of Rafi local government.
Okay. In my initial question, I had asked how many boys were kidnapped. Forgive me for being presumptuous. Explain to us and our viewers paint a picture for us what this school is like, where this incident has happened. And there are reports of 10 of the abducted students gaining freedom. What can you tell us about that? Can you confirm or deny that? And were they rescued or did they escape?
Now, we have not had a report of any escape. What had happened was actually that while the kidnappers, the bandits were in the school, many students got information and they were jumping over the fence. Many of them actually escaped. Now, because it was in the night, the school management didn't know who had escaped and who had actually been kidnapped. So by this morning, they had to do a roll call to to ensure those ones that have safely escaped, all of them came back, and the roll call showed that only 27 have actually been kidnapped, and like I said, with 3 staff and then 12 members of the staff families.
So what is this school like? Is it a mixed school? Is it a boys' school? Is it a girls' school? How many students in total are in this school? What was security like before now? Just paint a picture for those of us who do not have an understanding of what this school is like.
Okay, thank you very much. The school is located, within Kagara town. It is right, on the main road from Tegina to Kaduna Road. It is a French school because it's also a boarding school. It has a population of 650 students. Majority of the students are actually, staying in their dormitories. And of course, because of the sensitivity of the boundary activities in that area, the school was profiled, to ensure that, some kind of security was provided. And that is what even saved the situation. Because when they came in the night, in this, school uniform, I think the security didn't even recognize until when they started, the activities, and then that alerted, the security, personnel within the school to, then, get them, had a response. And that's why they escaped with the few students, that they were able to abduct.
Yes, Ahmed. Incidentally, I was in Tegina. I spent some time there doing my youth service. It's a quiet town, and even Kagara. What has the government reached out to the parents? What are they saying, and what is the government telling them to calm nerves?
No, of course, typically, parents became very emotional, very concerned. By this morning, most parents that were able to reach the school have besieged the school to get to know whether, their wards were affected or not. And of course, most parents also wanted to take their children, those that have not been affected, they wanted to take their children home. Well, it's normal, those are the typical situations you find in a crisis situation like this. But as a government, we have to carefully look at study the situation, give assurances to parents, that everything is being done by government responsibly to deal with the situation. As I'm telling you, we are looking at 2 approaches to it. One, of course, is the kinetic approach in terms of deploying all available resources. I will not give you the details, but all the security agencies are currently in Kagara. In fact, they had been there very early morning to ensure that everywhere is cordoned off. All the likely, routes that these bandits are likely to take has actually, been profiled.
Okay, Secretary to the State Government, AHMED MATANE, thank you so much for giving us what information you could. We appreciate your time.